Yay! It's be Wednesday, March 16th. Get into Prometheus and Pandora and torturing humans. Camp money is due Friday. Heroes T-shirt money due Friday. Talent shows tomorrow. And no, not you. That is well. Advanced class. Make sure you download the stuff for your book report. Information is on there to help you. Questions asked in class. The rest of you, well, all of you have to download those two stories, Prometheus and Pandora. They're connected together, and that's the stuff that's going to connect to for today. Then, boop. I said boop. There we go. With yesterday, to cover that information real quick, from the tour of the underworld, when you get to the underworld upon your death, what's the first thing you will meet?
Waiting room.
The waiting room. And then in order to get out of the waiting room into the underworld,
Gold coin.
no.
You have to pass the river Styx.
Good job. The river Styx. How do we get it across the river Styx? You jump on a gold coin. No, that's not going to do anything.
You bring a gold coin.
You throw a gold coin.
Someone
There's a boat. There you go. That's where Charon will take you across. And what do you have to give Charon?
A gold coin.
That's where your gold coin answer comes in after yelling it at me 6 times. Then, once you get to the far side, we get to the true guardian of the underworld who keeps living out, and that is...
The three-headed fluffy dog.
Do you know the three-headed dog's name?
Cerebus.
That's correct. Cerebus, the three-headed dog. And then we get to the main part of the underworld, where 99% of all the dead people go. And that main part of the underworld is called...
The Ala of Fields.
Albalubuluma Fields works for me, or otherwise known as the Aspodal Fields. And that is where Hades has his giant throne. And let's see. Oh, his wife has her throne there, and that is...
Persephone.
That would be Persephone. And then, if you're really bad and make the gods angry, then where do you go?
Tartarus.
That's when you get a chance to go to Tartarus, and that's where the stories came in from the handout yesterday, which will be on the quiz coming up on Friday. Did not get a chance to go over all those in class, although they are fun. Torturing a human is going to be fun, as we'll find out with today's stories. And if you're really good, you get to go somewhere else. Where do you get to go there?
Something Fields.
Abalu Fields, or the Elysian Fields, which is similar to the same thing. And if you go to the Abalu Fields, you have a chance for reincarnation. And what's reincarnation? Reborn. You get to go through life as a human all over again. If you get to do that 3 times and keep getting sent back there because you're awesome and the judges say go you, give you high fives, where you get to go?
I know.
Did we get this yesterday?
No, I know.
Yes.
Isle of the Blessed.
That is correct. If you make it there 3 times, so you make it there once, get reborn, come down, judges go, you're awesome, and high five you, and you get to go there a 2nd time, and you go, let's go for 3. And you go for a 3rd time, and you go through the whole thing, and you make it. You go, make it. You go to a place called Isle of the Blessed. Isle of the Blessed was actually up on Mount Olympus, and you actually got to hang out with the gods. You got the nectar and ambrosia. You were able to see them in their true form. You got to play poker with them on the weekends. It was all kinds of awesome. And so that's where you would get a chance to go. Problem is, I can't find any stories of anyone actually making it there. They can tell you the directions and how to do it, but I've never found the stories of like Saint Bobby the Awesome, who was the guy who made it. They just tell you that it exists. Cole?
In any of the stories, did anybody make it to the Elysian Fields?
You can
Reincarnate and go to Tartarus?
No. Not that I know of. There might be, just not stories I've seen. Burton!
How do you memorize all these stories?
Just tell the stories enough. You find things interesting, they stick in your head. Just like people can know basketball stats, you find things interesting, you tell them enough times, they stick in your head. Jeremy?
The Isle of the Blessed.
Yes.
Is that like, kind of like heaven in a way?
Their version of heaven, if you will, because it was up on Mount Olympus. Yeah, that would work for me. Except for really, really super special people and no one gets to go there, so hopefully not the heaven that we have, because that'd be kind of sad. And lonely, because there'd be no one there. Now, at this point, go back to the humans down on Earth. Things are going well, except that the story of seasons introduced a new season. And what season did seasons introduce? Winter time. And with winter being introduced, the problem is humans at this time had no evil in the world. There was no bad stuff in the world, just winter time. And humans did not have fire. They did not have fire because Zeus refused to give humans fire for 2 reasons. One reason for not giving humans fire was that he liked to stomp on it, barefoot, and just go squishy, squishy, and running through the little humans and make them pop up between his toes. And as they were now, with no fire, all they could do to fight back was smack him in the toes with little wooden sticks, and he would just laugh and stomp on them. Didn't ever really hurt, like stomping on ants. But if humans had fire, they would learn technology, and then they begin to make metal and make swords. And then when he stomped on them, they could take their swords and stab him in the bottom of the foot. Would not be enough to kill him, but it'd be enough to make him grumpy. The same thing as you guys stomping on ants and doing that, and then imagine stomping on ants that have thumbtacks glued to their backs. All of a sudden, it takes all the fun, and you're like, oh, it was fun stomping on them, but not now. And Zeus is like, I don't want to lose the fun of stomping on humans, so I'm not going to give them fire. The other worry about the whole thing was that he was worried about the world being destroyed by fire. There was a prophecy that said someday the world will end, and when the world ends, it ends in fire. And Zeus was afraid that giving humans fire would make that happen even faster. Because giving humans fire, in his eyes, was the same thing as giving a 2-year-old a box of matches and a whole bag of fireworks and saying, have fun, and then coming back and expecting the kid to still be alive. It's not going to happen. He said, because of that, we're not going to give humans fire. So now we have seasons. It gets cold. It gets all wintry outside. Humans start complaining and getting all shivery. We're going to die. We have nothing to keep us warm. We need fire. Help us out. And Zeus goes, no, I refuse. Prometheus hears all this. Prometheus feels bad for the humans. So Prometheus goes, listen, Zeus, we need to help them out. What can we do to make their lives better? And Zeus goes, let them die. Prometheus goes, you're a big fat jerk. So Prometheus does what any person would do in that situation, goes behind Zeus's back. Waits until Zeus falls asleep. Once Zeus falls asleep, Prometheus sneaks down to Earth. On Earth, he finds a group of humans in a village. He goes, hey, come here. And the humans come running up to him. He's like, you remember me? They're like, you taught us how to kill the wild cow with the cow fur thing. He's like, that's me. He goes, I would like to teach you something else. And they go, what are you going to do? He's like, I want to teach you how to make fire. And they go, well, why don't you just give us fire? He's like, I can't. If I give you fire, tomorrow, Zeus is just going to make it rain, and all your fires are going to go out, and it does no good. The only way in order to help you is to teach you how to make fire. And the humans go, no, that makes sense. Well, how do we make fire? He goes, you're going to take 2 sticks. And he goes, grab me 2 sticks. And they go pick up 2 sticks. He goes, bring me those 2 sticks here. And they go, okay. And they come running over with the 2 sticks. He goes, take the 2 sticks, put them like this, and you go, shaka shaka, shaka shaka, shaka shaka. And when you think it's ready, you say the magic word. Like, what's the magic word? He goes, the magic word is Boy Scout. Shaka shaka, Boy Scout. And then fire comes flying out of the end of the 2 sticks. And I go, that's magical. And they get all excited. He goes, now, this is how you make fire. What I need you to do is run around and teach everyone how to do it, as many people as possible. The more people who know how to make fire tonight, the better, because then Zeus can't kill you and take it away. And I go, what was that last part? He goes, never mind, just take off. And they take off, right? Woo! And they run, and they get their fire, and they have the greatest practical jokes ever. They take 2 sticks and go over there and like, watch this. Shaka, 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 shaka. Wait there for 30 minutes. Shaka, 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 shaka. Fire. Ha, ha, ha. They laugh. That's always funny, as long as your friend didn't get up and get bored. Then they go around, and they spread fire to everyone they can. Shaka, 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 shaka. Boy Scout starts fire. Prometheus sees the fact that fires have spread everywhere. Not the whole world on fire, just people starting little fires, keeping themselves warm. Prometheus washes off his hands. He goes, yay, I have done my good deed. Goes up to Mount Olympus, falls asleep, takes a nap. Zeus wakes up in the morning, steps out onto the back patio of Mount Olympus, looks down and is like, what a beautiful morning. It's all dark out. You can see the stars all shining in the sky, and the stars all down there on the ground. Why are there stars on the ground? And he looks down, and there's stars all over the ground. He's like, that's not where stars are supposed to be. He goes, Hermes, come here. Hermes comes running up. He goes, Hermes, are those stars? I don't know, Dad. He goes, go find out. Hermes takes off. Comes right back and goes, those aren't stars. Zeus goes, well, what are they? Hermes goes, those are fires. Zeus goes, the world's on fire? He goes, no, they're just little fires. They're doing the shaka shaka, shaka shaka Boy Scout trick, and all of a sudden fires are everywhere. Zeus gets angry. He's like, oh, how did they learn to do that? Wait a minute. He knows only one person would go behind his back and teach humans fire. And that one person is?
Prometheus.
Prometheus. Here's a video of Prometheus bringing fire to mankind. Looked almost exactly like this, and he gives humans fire, and they get all excited, and they freak out like, ah, fire, like, oh, yay, fire, and they're all happy. So Zeus goes to Prometheus and goes, hey, did you teach humans how to make fire? Prometheus goes, yes, I did. Zeus goes, I told you not to. Prometheus goes, yes, you did. Zeus goes, all right, I'm going to torture you now until the end of time, unless you answer one question. Prometheus goes, ooh, what's the one question? Zeus goes, all right, you have a special power, right? Prometheus goes, yes, I do. Because what's Prometheus' special power?
Smart.
Seeing the future.
Seeing into the future. And Zeus goes, because of the curse that was placed upon me by my grandfather, there's one question I need you to answer using your special ability. And what is the one answer he needs?
Who's going to overthrow him?
Who will overthrow me? Prometheus goes, no way I'm going to tell you. Because Prometheus is a good person. And he knows as soon as he gives up the name, what is Zeus going to do?
Kill him.
He's like, I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to kill the person. Zeus goes, all right, how about this? Don't tell me the name of the person. Instead, tell me the name of the mother of the person who will overthrow me. Prometheus goes, okay. No way again. Because what will Zeus do then?
Kill the mother.
And Zeus goes, snapdragons. All right, fine. He goes, I'm going to torture you until you tell me. Prometheus goes, what are you going to do? And Zeus goes, look into the future. Prometheus goes, no. What he does is he takes Prometheus and drags him up to the top of a mountain. Biggest mountain he can find. Oh, man. In the wrong order. Hang on. Time out. Stupid picture coming up in the wrong order. Grumpy. Grumpy. Real quick. Animations. Animation pane. Eagle. Where's Eagle? Eagle's there. Eagle. Eagle at the very end. Clickety. And we're back. He goes, all right, I'm going to drag Prometheus, there we go, to the top of this mountain. And he drags him up there. Prometheus goes, all right, I'm on top of a mountain. How bad is this? And he goes, no, not done. Then I'm going to chain you onto this mountain and leave you up here. And he goes, all right, fine. I'm chained to the top of the mountain. Zeus goes, I'm not done. And you are so high up on this mountain that every day when Apollo drives his sun chariot by, it's going to go so close to you, it's going to burn off all of your skin, and it's going to melt you every day. Will that kill him?
No.
Because
He's a god.
and every night you're so high up, it's going to get so cold, your skin is going to freeze into ice cubes. Will it kill him?
No.
Exactly. And Prometheus goes, that's pretty bad. That's all? Zeus goes, no, there's more! Because every day, a giant eagle is going to land on your lap and eat your liver while you sit there and scream. Will it kill him?
No.
Every single day, the liver will grow back. This becomes his punishment until the end of time, or until he tells Zeus who will overthrow him. Prometheus never tells Zeus who is going to overthrow him. This is the last place we see Prometheus chained up on a mountain until he's eventually freed. But it's thousands upon thousands of years later. One of Zeus's sons eventually frees him during one of his adventures. But he's up there for a long, long time. Yes?
Is it a son that we all already know?
Yes. Yes, it is. So now, Zeus is excited because he's upset about the fact that fire was taught to humans. He's like, all right, I've now tortured Prometheus, but I'm not done. Now, I'm going to go and torture humans because humans learned fire. But the trick is, he can't let humans know he's going to torture them. Because if humans find out he's torturing them, they're going to stop doing something that he needs them to do. Because what will they stop doing? No. Sacrifices. So he's going to torture humans, but not let them know that they're being tortured by Zeus. So he has to be tricky about it. And he comes up with something he calls Operation Pandora. For Operation Pandora, the first part of it is he goes and gets the magic clay that they use to make humans with. And he takes the magic clay, and he goes and takes it over to Hephaestus. And he goes, Hephaestus, I need you to shape this magic clay into the most beautiful woman you can think of. And Hephaestus goes, all right, I can do that. And he shapes the magic clay into the most beautiful woman that he can think of. And he makes her look like who he thinks the most beautiful woman is. Who would Hephaestus think the most beautiful woman is?
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite. Makes her look like Aphrodite. Then he takes this little girl, this little marionette puppet girl around to each of the Olympians. And he goes, what I need you to do is create some special ability to give it to her. I want to make this the most perfect person who has ever existed. Hence the name Pandora. In Greek, pan means many, Dora means gifts. So she was many gifted. So each god gave her a gift. Dionysus gave her a sense of humor. Athena gave her quick wit. Aphrodite gave her self-confidence. Apollo gave her the ability to play music. So each god gave her something and some gift. Zeus was the last one to give her a gift. And Zeus's gift was a small little kernel, a nugget. This little nugget was called curiosity. And he takes the nugget and smashes it straight into her brain, as deep down into her brain as he can do it. And there the little nugget disappears deep into her brain. Then he sprinkles the magic come-to-life dust on top of her. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And she becomes a real girl. And she dances around, I'm a real girl. And she's all excited and life is happy. Yes?
For the humans, is it just males or?
At this time, just males. And so now we have this most beautiful girl. Zeus takes Pandora and goes, all right, now I'm going to give you as a gift in marriage. And she goes, I'm just happy to exist. And takes her down to the creator of this race of mankind. Who created this race of mankind? Prometheus. Takes Pandora down to Prometheus. And goes, Prometheus, did I ever thank you for creating humans? And Prometheus goes, no, all you ever did was yell at me and make fun of me. Zeus goes, I'm sorry, buddy. I have a gift for you. And in walks Pandora. She's like, hi, I'm a gift. And she goes, because she's so incredibly attractive. And Zeus goes, you know what? You get to marry her, Pandora. You get to marry him. Live happily ever after. And they high-five each other. Woo! Zeus goes, one more thing. Prometheus goes, yeah. Zeus goes, someday I may ask you for a favor. Would you be able to do that favor for me, whatever it might be? Prometheus goes, yeah, whatever. He's like, I'll always do a favor for you. Not a problem, man. Zeus goes, thank you. Make sure you remember that. And Zeus leaves. Waits a couple years. Lets mankind run around having a good time. Lets Prometheus and Pandora run around and have a good time. Then he begins Operation Pandora Part 2. And he has a special box made. And he takes this box and he has each god go and put something evil into the box. He says, what I want you to do is create the most horrible, evil, nasty spirit you can think of and put it into the box. And each god comes up with something. Hera comes up with jealousy. Dionysus comes up with drunkenness. Ares comes up with being a bully. Aphrodite comes up with vanity. And each one comes up with some evil spirit and puts it into the box. Until he comes to Athena. And Athena's not fooled by Zeus. When he goes, put something evil in the box. She goes, why? And he goes, I don't know, just because I want a box full of evil things. She goes, I don't think so. So she decides to put the opposite of something evil into the box. Do you know what she puts in?
Love,
Kindness.
happiness.
Hope. She puts in a little ghost called Hope. Doesn't tell Zeus what it is. She goes, yeah, I got your evil thing. It's right here. But she puts it in and goes like, thank you. And puts her little good thing in this box of evil. Zeus then closes the box and puts a curse on it that says whenever it opens, it can never be closed again. He then picks up the box and takes off running. Runs all the way down to Prometheus' house and bangs on the door. Prometheus opens the door. He's like, what's up? Zeus kicks the door open. Prometheus goes flying backwards. Zeus runs in there, shuts the door behind him, puts the box down in the middle of the floor. Prometheus goes, what's going on? Zeus goes, okay. Remember, when I asked you to do me a favor, Prometheus is like, yeah, I remember. Is this the favor? Zeus goes, right now is the favor. Here's what I need you to do. This is very important. Make sure you pay attention. Prometheus goes, yeah, I got it. What's going on? He goes, take this box. Prometheus goes, yes. He goes, put it in that corner. Prometheus goes, yes. Zeus goes, never open it. Prometheus goes, that's it? He goes, yes. And do not tell Hera it is here. Hera must never know it exists. And just leave it in the corner and never open it. And that's it. Prometheus goes, that's it? He goes, that's it. He goes, okay. And so Prometheus is like, all right. He goes, when will you come back for it? Zeus goes, let's see, in about 9.5 months. And he goes, oh, okay, not a problem. And Zeus takes off and leaves him there. Prometheus is like, It's kind of weird. It's just a giant box, but okay. And he just leaves it there. Well, Pandora comes home a couple hours later from shopping. She walks and is like, honey, I've got some. Ah! She's like, what? There's a giant box in the living room. And he's like, oh yeah, Zeus brought that by. She goes, can I open it? He goes, yeah. No, don't open it. She goes, why? She goes, well, Zeus said, store the box here, don't open it, and don't tell Hera, and he'll be back in like 9.5 months. So Pandora goes, that's all you know? And he goes, that's all I know. Ephes goes, okay. So she puts her groceries down off to the side, and she's like, oh, it's kind of weird. So she does her best to ignore the box. But the more she tries to ignore the box and look away from it, she keeps having her attention brought back. The more she tries to forget about it, the more she keeps thinking about it. And why does she keep thinking about it?
Curiosity.
Curiosity keeps throbbing in the back of her head. So eventually she's like, I got to move it out of the middle of the floor, move it into the corner at least. So she goes over to the box and she's like, all right, I'm going to push it over to the corner. She gives it a good push, but as soon as she starts to push it, the box jumps and jumps around. She's like, oh, God. Whew. That was weird. So she goes back over. She's like, hey, box. The box goes and jumps around again. She's like, you okay? And she's like, all right, I'm just gonna leave the box, and she walks away. But then she comes back. She's like, all right, seriously, what's going on with this box? There's got to be a reason that's in my house. And then it hits her, and she comes with an idea. She goes, wait a minute. Zeus is hiding the box. Doesn't want Hera to know the box is here. And he's not going to be back for 9 to 9.5 months. Obviously, there's only one thing that can be inside this box. And what's the only thing that can be in the box?
A kid.
Close.
Wife. Or friendliness person.
There you go. Probably a pregnant woman. She figures there's a pregnant lady that he's like crammed into the box and is storing in their house. And she's like, we have like a felony happening right here in our family room. She's like, I can't. She's like, felonies haven't even been invented yet. And she's like, all right, well, that's going to be bad. She's like, there's a pregnant woman who's like, we've been here for like 3 weeks now. And like, she's probably been really hungry. And the poor pregnant. So she decides to do what anybody would do when you find out that there's a pregnant woman in a box in your family room. She's going to make her a sandwich. So she decides to go and make the girl a sandwich. A ham and cheese sandwich, but she's like, oh, she's pregnant. Obviously, she would like some pickles and ice cream to go on that top. And the only thing to go better with pickles and ice cream, of course, is a loss of points. I'm not sure why you would put away your stuff and lose points so quickly, but I guess we all make our choices. That's right, you want to lead away, I'll keep charging you points. And so she goes ahead and makes the sandwich and then goes over to the thing. She goes, all right, it's the not having the blue sheet out that's costing you the points. She takes the sandwich over to the box and you put away the blue sheet. That's what costs you your points. She takes the sandwich over the box. She says, all right, I'm going to give you a sandwich, but don't freak out. And she goes over, she's like, all right. She twists the little knob on the front. She takes the ice cream and the pickles and the ham. She goes, and goes back in there. She's like, all right, I'm lit. But there's a and the lid keeps open. She's like, stop. She's like, she's trying to, keeps jumping up. And all of a sudden, lid comes flying open. And when it does, out comes this evil ghost. And it goes like, blah, and it takes off flying into the world. She freaks out, followed by a second ghost, a third ghost. 12 ghosts come flying out and go flying around her room and then out the front door. These 12 ghosts are the ghosts that all the Olympians put in there. As the ghosts go into the world, they begin to corrupt people. Every time a ghost flies through somebody, it gives them a little bit of the evil that was inside of the ghost. Thus, this is how Zeus introduces evil into the world. Now, humans are punished for having fire. But the humans don't blame Zeus for giving them evil. Who do they blame? Pandora gets all the blame. And humans begin to give up. They're like, we can't take it. Life is awful. We've never had evils and coldness and bad stuff. We're just going to give up and jump off a cliff. But before they do, one thing saves them.
Hope.
And that is the little ghost of Hope. And Hope would fly through them like, I can't take it anymore. These teachers are awful, charging me points for being... But tomorrow's a better day, and I can do it. And the Hope would fly through them and make life good. So this is how Zeus tortures humans without humans ever knowing it. Then, blue sheet. There's a couple more things I want to hit, because this is a question that's going to pop up in tomorrow's story and play a big role in it. We've not officially said it, although many of you know the answer. The god of sworn oaths was one that starts off as a titan and then changes form into a river. Garter, the river Styx. So she starts off as Styx and then becomes a river. When that big battle happened between Zeus and Kronos, and she never switched sides, no matter how much Kronos tried to give her stuff, he also made her the god of sworn oath, which means if you ever make a promise on the river Styx and break it, you are allowed to be killed on the spot. Gods were not allowed to break any promise made on the river Styx. If you did, a god had a worse torture than death, which was living as a human.
What does that mean by on the river Styx?
I swear I will bring my book report book. I swear on the river Styx. I will have my book tomorrow. That would be swearing on the river Styx.